Hey guys, so here I am in the most beautiful location in Cordoba, Argentina, and I just have the most amazing view. I'm in the north of the city looking into the center. But today I really want to talk to you guys about my first session with Tracy Ash in her soul school. And Tracy is one of the most amazing teachers that I've known for over a decade. Probably longer than a decade, and she's very unique. She has a very interesting style of speaking, and I'll tell you some of the lessons I learned in our first session together. And this will be about becoming close to the soul, the training that we need to do on ourselves to become more soul realized. It will be about spiritual procrastination, so why we procrastinate on our daily practice. And it will be about the effect you have on others as you become more soul focused. So yeah, I'll begin by saying Tracy speaks in a very interesting way. She speaks multidimensionally, meaning if you just listen to the words that she's saying, it might not make much sense. She's not speaking in terms of 3D words. And some advanced spiritual teachers have this characteristic, and many books have this characteristic, where when you read the book or when you listen to the teacher, at face value, you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about. Or when you're reading the book, it's just not clear. It feels like it's speaking in metaphor, or there's sort of one meaning. But then the trick is, don't read with your eyes, don't listen with your ears, read and listen with your soul. And so it's not a teaching, they aren't teachings that you can read through your sensory experience. They're teachings that you just have to sit back and absorb through your actual experience, through the experience of your soul. And when you sit back and just experience what she says, then layers of meaning unfold in different dimensions. And you often find this, like I say, in these advanced and old spiritual books, because the books especially, they are made to be multi-dimensional. They are made to have hidden layers of meaning that more advanced people and souls can recognize. And lastly, these higher teachings, because of their very nature, because they are higher teachings or inner teachings, multidimensional teachings, we can't understand them through our 3D senses and programming. So there's no point trying. You have to sit with the teachings, sit with the readings, and just absorb them. So that said, I dwelled on that for quite a long time, because this is quite an important point for those of you who are on the spiritual path, because you'll find this more and more as you progress and encounter more spiritual teachings. So that's a technique for you to absorb spiritual teaching. But yeah, let's go on to what I actually learned. One of the most profound things that Tracy said was that your service to the world, your gift to the world, is precisely your inner practice. The extent of your service to the world is the extent of your inner practice and how close you can become to your soul, how soul realized you can become, how the inner lights can shine from within. And as many of you know, and as Tracy said, that's not a case of becoming more good or more towards the light. In fact, it's all the shadow work that we do to go into our darkness and integrate our darkness to create balance and harmony with our light. And it's this very balance and harmony that is our gift to the world. And in my experience, it's been very true. The more I meditate and do my inner practice, the more my outer world manifests in a better way, because the inner world is the outer world, as above, so below, as the Hermetic teaching goes. So if you want to transform the outside world, all you have to do is transform your inner world. And we see this all the time, practically speaking. Parents is a very visceral example where we often want to change the people around us who we love, whether it's our partner or, have you ever thought this thought that, oh, I love this person, but if only they changed this thing about them, I would love them even more. And so why do we want to change the people around us so much? And, oftentimes, going back to parents, we see ways that if they change this or that about them, they could heal themselves, we could heal them, they could feel better. But what I realized over time is that, why are we trying to change them? Why don't we let them be the way they want to be? And moreover, if you really want to change them, change yourself. Because what can you change about yourself that will reflect onto them the change that you would like to see in them? So it's all about what we can change in ourselves to impact the world outside. And the more you become soul-realized, the more you will manifest and attract and impact the world around you faster. And that's because, as Tracy said, people really fear to look within. People really fear to be their authentic true selves and let their soul shine. And a great metaphor is looking into the sun. When you look into the sun, it burns your eyes. And that's what it can sometimes feel like when you're looking into your soul. Or your soul is looking outwards into your outer world. And that's why we do the daily practice, or the sadhana as it's called in yoga, because it gives us a systematic step-by-step way to let the soul shine without burning ourselves. So people really fear to look within, but when you do this, when you do look within step by step, you find that there is a light whereby the aperture begins to slowly increase and increase and increase, and more light is let through. And as we said, that's really the integration of the darkness. And the extent to which you can do that is your service to the world. And what's more is that when you do this, and this is kind of my take on things, you become more your true self, your authentic self. And this becomes sort of very healing to be around. And I'm not saying that I'm this person, but I'm saying that you can be this person. Because when you're just your authentic self and nothing else, your core, the center point of the circle, when you interact with others, it gives them the invitation to also be themselves. It lets them breathe a sigh of relief. It's like, I've had this busy day of work, and I want to go out and I want to do this, and I've got loads of thoughts in my head, but it allows them just to breathe a sigh of relief and be like, okay, so you're just being you and I'm just going to be me. And who you really are might not be who you think you are. But the more you allow yourself to become authentic and do the daily practice, the more you have this effect on people, which allows them to be themselves, be honest, be authentic. And the more we all do this, the more the entire world will change. So those are my learnings from Tracy's first lesson in Soul School. I'm super excited for the upcoming learnings, and I'll keep you guys updated.